August 31st marks Overdose Awareness Day. It's a day when we honor and remember those who have lost their lives to the drug overdose epidemic. Let's go now to Fox 13 News reporter Steve Kiggins. He's live in Snohomish County for us with more on the community response to this epidemic, Steve, because this is serious.
It's serious and growing more serious by the day, Hannah. Here in Everett, they're going to hold a candlelight vigil to remember all those who have lost their lives to overdose here in the North Sound. Fueling this crisis lately is synthetic opioid fentanyl, and almost all the ways that we can measure how it's impacting our community, it just seems to continue to grow, including an almost 300% increase in the number of phone calls last year into the Washington Poison Control Center. But law enforcement, they are also making strides in busts across the country. Last weekend, U.S. Customs Border Protection in Arizona seized 625,000 pills, all fentanyl, and 12,000 of those were rainbow colored. Now, experts worry that this means the dealers could be targeting even younger customers. Washington Poison Control worries they will hear more from concerned families as even more of this drug hits the streets.
Right now, our trend is continuing to go skyward. It is a very high increase that we're seeing. And so I don't think we're anywhere close to plateauing. I think, unfortunately, it's being used for different populations. It's being targeted towards our younger generations as well, too, which is also concerning. And so not only do you have people who have kind of switched over from things like heroin or previous prescription pills, but you're starting to see new populations that are being exposed to this medication as well, too.
So the community response to that, what you're looking at are live pictures in Everett, just outside the Snohomish County Courthouse. And here we've got a number of organizations meant to help stem that tide, meant to help offer folks treatment for substance abuse and case management and really anything that will stick to help convince folks who are in that grip of addiction a way out of it. Not to mention, once it gets a little darker tonight, they're going to be holding a candlelight vigil like we mentioned earlier. It's the 6th annual vigil they'll hold here in this very same spot, considering the hundreds of people who this community has lost here in the North Sound. Now, also what makes a very interesting point is that if you live down in King County, there are options where you're able to go online and order yourself a free, no-cost dose of naloxone. This drug is so important because it can reverse the overdose that's happening in its victim, and it's free down in King County. We'll send a link to that webpage down on our website at fox13seattle.com. If you don't live in King County, there's also other options to get that life-saving drug. We'll be sure to share that information with you. Like we mentioned, this vigil later tonight happening just around 6:30 in Everett. We're live in the North Sound. Steve Kiggins, Fox 13 News.
Good information, Steve. Thank you.